What's up, guys, and welcome back to a brand new Roblox Piggy video. My name's Kreek, and in this video, we're going to be talking about the Parasee skin. So I'm sure you guys know what the Parasee skin is. A lot of you guys probably even have it. It's one of the most popular skins in the game, probably one of my favorites. And there is a lot of mystery surrounding this skin. I mean, look at it. It looks like some weird lab abomination cross-examination piggy thing. What did I just say? In other words, it's very unique, especially compared to a lot of the other skins in the game. And there's a lot of theories surrounding this skin. Is it an alien? Is it a lab experiment gone wrong? Does Mr. P actually have a connection to the skin? We're going to talk about all that in this video. Before we kick it off, though, I do want to remind you guys that the Parasee skin is non-canon, meaning it doesn't appear in any maps, it doesn't appear in any chapters, it doesn't appear in any cutscenes. It is a non-canon skin. So until Minitoon officially puts it in the story, everything involving the skin is just a theory for now. But even though it is non-canon, Parasee actually being an alien or some sort of lab experiment actually fills in a lot of the questions left over from the Piggy storyline, because there are a lot of questions left over, and this actually answers quite a few of them. So let's kick things off with the first reason that Parasee may actually be an alien from another world. So besides the fact that the Parasee just looks like an alien, he's got like four weird, or she, I guess it could be a she as well. They've got like 4 arms, they've got like 4 ears, they just look really weird, like some sort of insect looking pig monster. So going off the idea that they're an alien, this actually answers one of the questions about the distorted memory chapter. Obviously, it's been a little bit since the distorted memory chapter came out in Piggy. It's been actually quite a while. Some of you guys may have never even played it. I'll have some footage of it up on the screen just in case some of you guys just never seen it. And well, the distorted memory chapter raised 2 big questions. Number 1 was, is George infected? And I guess we don't really have the answer to that yet. But the other one was, if you actually walked outside the house and looked up into the sky, into the night sky, there was actually 2 red eyes looking back down at you. Now, for the longest time, we assumed that this was actually Mr. P. Maybe Mr. P was watching over George and trying to figure out what was going on with his experiments and his potions, but according to the true ending, that was not Mr. P. Now, of course, this distorted memory chapter is a nightmare for George, meaning it never actually happened exactly like that, but obviously things in a nightmare, they are attributed to real life events, except just distorted a little bit. And well, we never actually got an answer to what exactly has been watching George from the night sky. And well, hey, what if it actually was an alien? Like, I know it sounds crazy, but in a universe filled with talking animals and piggies with baseball bats and potatoes that infect the entire world with a zombie pig virus, it's actually not that out of the ballpark, is it? And obviously, this doesn't seem to have any effect on the story yet, but hey, what if it was actually the Parasee skin that was watching George from, I guess, from the sky, from the night sky? And George was so scared from this, so tormented by this. Keep in mind, he is a kid, that in his nightmares, he actually saw red eyes looking at him from the sky. It's kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's 4, right? You play as a kid. None of Five Nights at Freddy's 4 is actually real. You're just playing as a kid having a nightmare about these scary animatronics that he's seen all the time. And well, I think that could be the case here. George is simply having a nightmare about this crazy eyeballs and red eyes and lights in the sky that he sees all the time. Now, there is actually another theory with the skin that also answers some other big questions, and that has to do with the Parasee skin being a lab experiment. Well, I guess he could be an alien and a lab experiment at the same time, but we're going to focus on the lab experiment part for right now. So one of the big questions throughout the Piggy storyline was whether or not Mr. P was actually a good guy or a bad guy. There's a lot of theories on both. Is he good? Is he bad? Is he evil? Is he actually a clone or something? And when we found out in the true ending that he's not necessarily a good character, but he's also not really evil either. But one of the big questions left over for Mr. P's backstory is exactly what else was he working on as a scientist? Because obviously Mr. P had his carnival, and that's where he got all of his money. That's where he got rich from, and then he used that money to fund experiments as a scientist. We know that. Now, we know that he worked on the Piggy cure, but what else did he work on? Could he possibly been experimenting with different animals? Could he possibly been experimenting with Parasee? Could Parasee be like some sort of weird alien lab experiment? It sounds crazy, but I wouldn't necessarily put it past him. I mean, the guy did literally start a piggy zombie like apocalypse, so I wouldn't really put it past the dude. And not only would this explain what Mr. P was working on before all of this started, but it would also explain Piggy finally. If you saw my recent video on Piggy, you know that, well, there is actually no real explanation to how Piggy is in the story. Like, he makes no sense. But what if Piggy was actually one of the experiments that Mr. P was working on before the virus even started? Like, boom, there we go, dude. We did it. Parasee being a lab experiment not only explains Parasee, but it also explains on Piggy as well. No, like I said, again, this is a non-canon skin, but just because it's non-canon doesn't mean we can't fill in some of the blanks with our own stories and theories. As Minitoon said, the Piggy storyline is as much ours as it is his, so we are free to mess with the story, fill in the blanks with our own details, and just play around with it. So you guys let me know what you think. Is Parasee an alien? Is he some sort of weird lab experiment? What exactly is going on with the Parasee skin? I actually really like the idea of him being an alien lab experiment. It answers like 3 questions. Like, boom, there you go, dude. I like it a lot. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, just a fun little theory video, make sure you are subscribed because Piggy 2 is going to be coming out really soon, and you definitely don't want to miss the videos, the theories, the guides, the walkthroughs, the secrets, the tutorials, the whatever else you can make on YouTube. The Zizzy and Pony fan fiction. You know, you definitely want to subscribe for that. In fact, if we get 5,000 new subscribers on this video, I'm going to actually be releasing a whole 2-hour movie. It's going to be a 2-hour romance movie between Zizzy and Pony. A whole 2 hours of them just going on vacation together, having a romantic getaway at like some awesome cafe or something. It's going to be awesome. So make sure you subscribe. I'm just joking. There's no 2-hour movie. I mean, maybe you guys want a 2-hour movie. And of course, keep using star code RealCreek. You guys know the drill. Star code RealCreek when you're using your Robux, using your Roblox Premium helps me out a lot, and I really appreciate it. Once Piggy 2 comes out, we're gonna have some pretty big Robux giveaways coming out. So that's gonna be awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching though, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.